Oprah, Oprah, Oprah. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Now, look, Fantasia. If you guys don't know who Fantasia is, she won. I think, didn't she win American Idol? I forgot how many years ago. But says Fantasia slams Oprah for not paying them and treating them like trash on set. I believe this has to do with The Color Purple. If you guys, I haven't seen it. I seen the original movie, but I haven't seen like this new musical thing everybody's talking about. But hey, a lot of people are seeing Oprah's true colors, man. So we gonna check this out. Appreciate all the love and support. This is on the Culture Covered channel. I'll leave it in the description for you guys to check out more videos yourselves, man. We ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
Anything they told me I should do.
Yeah.
Right.
I never did anything they told me I should do.
Yeah.
Because I knew if it was something that God had for me, then I wanted to walk through it authentically.
There was no protection. There was no union. I'm a mother. I need insurance. I need to make sure me and my baby are okay. And I just didn't want to go down that dark road.
Yes, and I would just like to say about this whole Taraji, you know, I heard I was trending yesterday because people are saying that I was not supporting Taraji. Taraji will tell you herself that I've been the greatest champion of this film, championing not only the behind the scenes production, but also everything that everybody needed.
It seems like Oprah is in for a rough ride this year because Fantasia and the rest of the cast of The Color Purple just went off on her, throwing all kinds of accusations from getting lowballed and leaving them starving on set. And Fantasia usually stays clear of drama, but she allegedly came out to speak on this mess, which tells you Oprah really put them through it while filming. And it's not just Fantasia. Taraji and Danielle Brooks also put Oprah on blast. They're saying Oprah made them drive crazy long hours to set every day without any security and made everyone share the same trailer. But hold up, wasn't this movie's budget like a cool $100 million? Where did all that money go? Now, Oprah has been catching heat ever since Taraji seemed to call her out for not paying her enough for The Color Purple. Taraji straight up said that the first offer was so disrespectful, she almost bounced from the whole project. So after Taraji let that bomb drop, she disappeared for a minute and kept her lips sealed on the matter. And then she did a 180 and switched up her tune, posting this deep message on IG about how Oprah's a shining beacon of goodness. But Taraji is now back at it again, joining the rest of the cast in calling out Oprah. So what's the deal with this movie? How did Oprah agree to produce a project where Black actresses were so poorly treated? Let's get into it.
So I have never allowed this industry to change me, and there were times, y'all, I'm gonna keep it real with you, that I didn't feel seen. Nor did I feel liked. But my grandmother used to tell me that what is the profit of man to gain the whole world but lose his soul, baby? You better stay focused.
So Taraji P. Henson is still not done calling out Oprah, and just recently she spilled the tea again, putting Oprah on blast for making the cast drive to set in rented cars day in and day out. Now here's the thing, these actors are putting in crazy hours, like 12 to 15 hour shifts every single day. So by the time they're done, they're dead tired, and they have to drive in that state. It's a recipe for disaster and increases the chances of accidents big time. And get this, they're driving without any security in the dead of night, risking getting jacked. Plus, these cars aren't even theirs, which means any dings or scratches, and the actors gotta cough up the cash for that mess. In her interview with the New York Times, Taraji spilled more about how they were treated on the set of The Color Purple, and said the producers wanted everyone to roll up to work in rental cars until she put her foot down. They gave us rental cars, and I was like, I can't drive myself to set in Atlanta. This is insurance liability. It's dangerous. Now they robbing people. Taraji said, what do I look like taking myself to work by myself in a rental car? So I was like, can I get a driver or security to take me? I'm not asking for the moon. They're like, well, if we do it for you, we have to do it for everyone.
On the surface, it seems like come on, y'all can't. I get what they're saying. If someone caught wind that this celebrity is in this car and this and this and that, it's a lot that could happen. A lot. You know, my whole thing is like, I know they got the money to take care of them. That's the number one thing when you're doing a movie or whatever. You're supposed to be taken care of. That's supposed to all be in the budget. So I get what they're saying.
Everybody. Taraji then pushed back, telling them, well, do it for everybody.
Yeah.
It's stuff like that, stuff I shouldn't have to fight for, she told The Times. I was on set of Empire fighting for trailers that wasn't infested with bugs. Of course, when fans caught wind of this, they were fuming. They started dragging Oprah for letting this mess go down in the first place. It was like the whole internet came together to drag her through the mud for letting this mess slide on this specific project that she claims meant so much to her. One user on X said, the billionaire producers of The Color Purple, Steven Spielberg, Oprah, etc., should be ashamed to have led a project that ignored industry standards for this acclaimed black cast. Even low-budget films have a driver for cast due to safety, liability, and financial reasons. And then Cat Williams chimed in on this situation during his recent viral interview on Shannon Sharpe's podcast. And he said hearing Taraji talk about the way she was treated on The Color Purple was the saddest thing ever.
It was the saddest thing ever because imagine being in your genre, in your sub-niche, whatever it is. Imagine being in your lane. Imagine being one of the very top of your lane. That to the point where if they don't take you for the role, there's not 3 black actresses that they can say are bigger than you that we're going to give this to. Imagine you being at that point and have to humble yourself and say, they're not paying me, y'all. And they not making my pay go up because I'm doing better or nothing. It don't matter to them that I'm famous and people know me or nothing. They want to pay me exactly what they paying the new girl. And I've been suffering under it for a decade now and just taking it. I just been getting whooped. But I just got to come say, this is wrong. We should be ashamed.
Kat then made a very good point about how this is a much wider problem that affects people from all professions, not just millionaire Hollywood actors.
But this is a country where we don't pay the teachers and then we say the kids is the most important thing.
Bars.
You can't have both of them. If you do that, we're going to end up with a generation that can't read. Guess what? Generation Z and A can't read. Why? Because who was giving them a book? We gave them an iPad or a phone, and now the letters don't mean nothing. There's no cursive writing.
Right.
Sorry about that. So yeah, this is what period of time it's in. It's the period where the victims get to say, they've been hurting me for a long time. And I just ain't said nothing because I was trying to be strong and I didn't want to shame anybody. When our people call out for help, we gotta understand.
But just when you thought you heard the worst, more horror stories started popping up from the set of that movie. So Danielle Brooks, Oprah, and Taraji all sat down for this interview trying to hype up The Color Purple. But then Danielle dropped a bomb and spilled some more tea on what they went through. Turns out, during the first few weeks of rehearsals, none of the ladies, Danielle, Haley, Fantasia, Taraji, basically all the women in the movie, didn't even get their own trailers and had to share one single trailer for everything. Can you imagine? Zero privacy, just all crammed in one spot? That's some serious lack of respect right there. Not only were they sharing that cramped trailer, but get this, they weren't even getting fed or hydrated during those crazy long 12 to 15 hour shifts. They had to bring their own food from home just to survive the day, allegedly. And get this shady business. When Danielle was spilling all this hot tea, Oprah looked all kinds of bothered, visibly annoyed that Danielle was bringing it up. She quickly went on the defense, talking about how she had no clue what they were going through. But as soon as she got wind of it, supposedly she was like, oh, my bad, gotta fix this. It's like she was trying to cover her tracks or something, acting like she didn't know what was happening until someone blew the whistle on her.
Taraji, as Blitz, our director, says. I mean, I have been watching her from the beginning. And to just have someone just be a guide for us, be our voice box. I remember when we first came in and we were doing rehearsal and they put us all in the same space. Like we didn't have our own dressing rooms at the time. And They did not
Look at
give us.
Oprah. Look at Oprah.
Sorry, Miss Oprah. We ain't had no food.
She had no idea. She was
I
like,
heard about it.
oh, yeah.
And you corrected it
Yeah,
for
I
us.
corrected it.
You
I called
corrected
you.
it.
Didn't I
for us.
call you?
yes.
I
And I
did.
was like, Miss O, we got to fix this. And she said, say less. And was it not
And
fixed?
that's what I appreciated, though. You were our voice, because a lot of times, yes, I've done a lot of TV, I've done a lot of films, specific.
I'm just saying, if you are directing a film and you're investing this money in it, my whole thing is that, like, don't you want to be all hands on deck? You want everything to go smoothly. You want the actors to be treated right. All these type of things. So the fact that she didn't know that, like, before the actors even show up, it's like, I'm Oprah. I'm walking them through. Here's your trailer. Here's your trailer. Yeah, everybody get a trailer. Everybody, you get a car. Whatever she does. I'm giving them a tour of the set, just all that stuff. They should not be coming to them saying we don't have this. Everything should already be provided from day one. They think they slick. They thought they were going to be like, oh, this is all we get. I guess this is what we have to do. No.
Independent films, but this is my first studio film. So sometimes you do come in just saying, okay, well, I'm gonna just take whatever they give me. I'm just happy to be here, But you spoke up for us and you showed me how to do that. But what I've really enjoyed is your sisterhood is authentic and it's real.
Now, when Oprah tried to play that card, folks weren't having it, because truth is, they shouldn't have had to speak up in the first place.
Right.
It's like, why should the cast have to shout about basic needs not being met before things actually get sorted? People were calling out the whole situation, saying it shouldn't have been a problem in the first place. It should have been handled before it even became a thing to gripe about. Child, this whole situation is a straight up disaster. It blows my mind that it took the entire cast raising hell multiple times just to get something done about this mess. But check this out. Fantasia also stepped into the conversation behind the scenes, and sources are saying she's backing up everything Danielle and Taraji spilled about being denied food and having to share that cramped trailer. Now here's the real kicker. Word on the street is that Fantasia is holding back from publicly calling out Oprah because they go way back. Like, we're talking 2007 when Fantasia landed the role of Celie in The Color Purple on Broadway. Fantasia is not trying to make Oprah an enemy by going off in public, and she's allegedly worried they could blacklist her the same way they did Monique.
Man.
Still, behind the scenes, Fantasia is reportedly riding hard for Taraji and Danielle and supporting everything they've been laying down about Oprah. Now, what really grinds people's gears about this whole deal is that this movie's budget was sitting at a cool $100 million. So you'd think there'd be plenty of cash to hook the cast up with what they needed. But Oprah and the other bigwigs apparently decided to tighten the purse string and skimp on production costs instead of making sure the cast was taken care of. You know how it goes. Fans couldn't wait to unload on Oprah, and they're convinced she knew what was going down. But she probably thought they'd just hush up and be grateful they got the chance to work with the Oprah Winfrey. One fan said, I feel like Oprah was aware of it and may have agreed with the other producers to skip over these necessities since they thought the actors would settle anyways, since that's what they're used to, because as Taraji stated, they don't translate overseas. However, when it was brought to her attention, she fixed it to save face, especially since she was doing the press tour with them, meaning if nothing was said to her, she probably would have kept it going to save expenses. And then another person wrote, why do they keep protecting Oprah? She is the producer and part of the production crew, and she knew about these horrible situations and thought they were going to keep quiet and just be happy to be working with her on this big movie. Oprah doesn't care about her people. But what's your take on all this drama surrounding The Color Purple? Do you buy into the idea that Oprah had no clue about the cast's struggles, or do you think she was doing the least and expecting them to suck it up? Drop your thoughts in the comments and then check out this next video.
She damn sure knew. You ain't gonna have no budget of $100 million. I don't care what the number is. You gonna be making sure everything's okay. But like I said, and then they said they thought they were just gonna be like, man, we working with Oprah, Steven Spielberg. This is The Color Purple. I'm just so grateful to be here. I'm just going to take whatever they give me. No. Ain't no way. Like, that just don't add up to me. That don't add up. What they say, the math ain't mathing. Ain't no way you going to sit up here and not know this is going on. on $100 million budget, and then you a billion. Trying to tell you, man. And what they said about Fantasia is 1,000% true. You now see, it's like you don't want to say nothing because it's like, oh, I don't know how many, Oprah got so many connections. Steven Spielberg got so many connections. If I say something, they're gonna be like hesitant to put me in another movie. They're probably gonna talk to other producers and say, don't put her. Hey, it gets deep, man. It's a grimy game. And once you in, it's hard to get out. Man, because you think of Taraji, man, she's such a great actress, and she's been in a lot of stuff. And for them to not take care of her and all the rest of the cast is just crazy. Like the fact that they got a ship. All right, man. Please comment below on what y'all think about this. Please and thank you, man. Peace out.